Yeah,
Are we live? Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
good. Yeah. Can we smoke in here?
yeah. So, welcome back to the podcast. Today I got a longtime friend of mine, Jacob Mortensen. And he's been around all sorts of action sports. He's a sponsored snowboarder, a snowboard coach. He runs RC drift events. And hopefully next year, he actually starts sliding a full-size car. So we're going to go into some history, where things led him and how they let him where. So we're going to dive right into it with, what was your first action sport you did?
My first action sport definitely would be skateboarding. Sorry. I remember I was on a family vacation. We were camping in Banff of all places, and my grandparents from Denmark were here with us, and they would always like buy us our Christmas presents or whatever, because we never really got to see them. So whatever time of year they would, oh yeah, it's Christmas. So I got my first skateboard from them, from I think it was Canadian Tire or whatever, but instantly I was just hooked.
And how old are you?
Man, it's so hard to
Ballpark?
even say. Like
5, 6-ish probably.
I was probably in like grade 2 or 3. Well, like, yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah, like super young.
It's crazy.
Yeah, super young.
That's probably around the time I got my first skateboard too.
Because I remember when I started snowboarding, and that was grade 4. And I think I had been skateboarding for like a year before that. So, yeah, like
Yeah, I think
5.
I think skateboarding started about grade 3, so I was probably closer to 9.
Yeah.
That's also the same year I started snowboarding too.
Yeah.
My mom and stepdad got me a World Industries snowboard.
Man, I always wanted one of those so bad.
The firefight in the water
Oh,
one?
man, that's
Yeah.
sickest. Like, yeah, because you grow up seeing like the World Industries skateboards, and they were super cool, and then they made the snowboards, and by then I was almost like too big for them. I didn't fit them, so I never could get one. But honestly, to this day, I still want one just to like put on my wall.
Mine was too long. It was like 138, and I only ride a 149.5 now.
Yeah,
so.
now, right? Yeah. Must have been like overhead at that point.
I actually bought my old like 1 of 1,000 Tech 9 board back, so I got that back.
Cool, yeah, Tech 9's definitely got some history in the game for sure. Like,
they got some of the hardest street parts for sure.
For real, like when I was really like hyper focusing on snowboarding, like junior high, like super like super impressionable kind of teenager, like I wanted to be Lucas Magoon so bad.
That was me too. Everything baggy. Chris Bradshaw,
Yeah.
Lucas Magoon. That's the
Yeah.
collab board I got.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah. It sucks he had that head injury. It's good to see he still shreds, though.
So many head injuries from falling from so high, and just, yeah, so many slams. But yeah, it's sick that he's like now created his own brand, and over the past couple of years, and now he has his own team, and yeah, puts on a lot of cool looking events for the community and just doing cool things.
Yeah, he reminds me of that, like, like, the way he rides now reminds me of just, like, the homies chilling in the parking lot with the skateboards and slappies on the curb, kick flips, all the little easy, fun stuff that, well, you're not going to get hurt doing it. It's nice.
Super chill. Just, like... Yeah, he's a very creative character, and I always like really liked seeing in his like video parts, he would act all funny and crazy, and I always like wanted to be like that, and like be all creative and
have a
funny in
character
videos and stuff, but I always struggled with it so hard.
It felt weird being a character on camera.
It just feels so fake, but like for some reason they could make it look so good, but maybe they felt the same way too, like who knows.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did, because you could see their little smirks the whole time. Like, you could tell, like,
this is
man, I feel like a dork.
Yeah.
Why am I standing out in this payphone with this baggy-ass suit on?
Yeah, but, like, you always, like, look back and think about the old videos or whatever that had, like, such a cool intro, and they, like, spent the time to, like, build the suspense and like just like be creative in that like very cinematic way where I feel like is kind of getting lost currently a little bit in some films and stuff, but I'm sure it'll come back around.
That's why earlier this year I asked you when you know there's going to be something worth filming for snowboarding to get me out. I want to bring back the artistic videos instead of the quick cut stuff again.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've really been like filming and kind of had like an active project. Like basically I got knee surgery in 2021, and I think after that, like, I really haven't like put together a project or anything or had any kind of like goal for a season. Just kind of been boarding and stuff and rehabbing, but still going to all these like really cool events every year that are put on in Banff for us by Snowboy Productions, and super like thankful to get to take part in those events. And been coaching for 2 years now. This will be my 3rd season, so I'm on my board 2 nights a week, which is rad. Like, and getting to like share some of the knowledge with the young kids, and I think it's definitely a pretty rewarding like feeling, and just nice to be out there pretty consistently.
What age of kids do you teach how to, like, do you teach the advanced stuff, or do you like teach the basics too, like how to fall on your ass?
So I did that. That was like my first position, like way back when I was probably like 16 years old. I was an instructor for like a year at Rabbit Hill. But no, so our group is
Riders on Boards.
Yeah, it's called Riders on Board, and it's primarily focused on like a freestyle coaching program, anywhere from just like introductory, hitting your first rail or box kind of thing, all the way up to like we coach riders that are competing on the national level.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they range anywhere from 5 years old, and it's pretty much up to like 17, 18 is kind of like the cap.
Yeah, well, I was just making a post saying that it was you coming on tonight.
Yeah.
And I was scrolling through your page and can't believe some of the stuff you wrote. Like,
neither can I, man. It's
holy bully, man.
Yeah.
So one picture of one of the hips you hit, I was like, holy hell. The balls on this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly that one was the end of my demise for the season this year. I ended up taking myself out on the last day on that hip, but sorry, I'll try not to talk with a smoke in my mouth, but yeah, it's incredible. Like, it's so cool. I'm so thankful that I've kind of been able to wiggle my way into these events through my sponsors, and just like to be on like a reoccurring like invited list every year for these events basically now is like the coolest feeling, that I get to go and I get to like see all these people every year and like all these pros basically. Like, well,
I was about to say, if you're on the invite list and everything, would that not make you one of the pros?
Yeah, I don't know. There's
if it's an invitational and you're not somebody who's actively dropping parts, I would say you probably earn that status.
It's almost like I kind of just grandfathered my way into my little position here, but I don't know. It's rad. Like, I've been riding for Doing Business is the repping agency that I've been riding for, and I met these guys through like my main like original sponsor that I still ride for this day, Rumor Boardshop.
Shout out Rumor.
Yeah, shout out Rumor.
You're awesome.
So I met Dustin. He lives here locally in Edmonton. So it's pretty sweet to have like a rep that you could put a face and like, you know, you actually have like a relationship with. And then there's Jordan. He lives in Calgary. So I see him like when I'm passing through. And then Jameson, he's like the new TM. And he's from Kelowna now, living in Van, but he comes out to all those events too. So we chill and like, it's a great time. Like, it's the best family of boarders that like I've ever met. Like, it's just like such a rad bunch, and just so fun to like get to ride with them, because we never really get to, because I'm out here in Alberta and they're out in BC, so we definitely try to make the best of it when we're at those events. And yeah, it's been cool.
So being you're from St. Albert and Rumor's located in Leduc, I know Dean is from St. Albert. How did that sponsorship come about to begin with? I know that was way back, like way back.
Yeah. So, like, when I was going super hard in the boarding, like snowboarding, high school, like, was kind of when I was like starting to figure it out, and we had our little crew. It was me and Aiden, which is Dean's cousin.
I forgot about that.
And then my buddy Daryl. So the three of us we'd get on the bus every weekend and go out to Rabbit and film edits and bounce our heads off the ground and like just trying to go as hard as we could at the time. And so after that season there, probably 2010, Aiden had been like showing, what's that?
I have all those old edits still saved.
Yeah, Aiden had been showing, actually, so this is, I found out there's two stories to this. So this is what I thought was happening. Aiden was like, oh yeah, Dean wants to put us on the team, like all of us. And then later on I find out he's like, Aiden just like dropped this bomb on me. All three of you guys came in or whatever. He's like, it's one or all of us. And then I guess thankfully that happened, because I'm pretty much the only remaining one of the three on the team. Like,
yeah, I know Aiden went to film school and he's off doing bigger, and
he's doing big things.
Yeah, he's doing real big things.
Crazy.
Yeah, when I went to go start there, I tried reaching out to him for any advice, and I didn't hear from him.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
Yeah. No time for us simpletons no more.
Yeah, simple St. Albert folk.
Yeah.
No, all the best to him. It's friggin' awesome to see. I remember he was always like super passionate about filming and stuff, because he was the one that had the camera gear like when we were boarding, and he was the one that was like pretty much filming if like I wasn't filming him get a clip. So he was like, he loved that from like for a long time, and I'm not surprised that he went that route for sure.
Yeah, I fell in love with it after I left St. Albert and I went to Leduc. I bought my first camera, a little Fujifilm HS35, and I just got a thread-on fisheye for it.
Okay.
And I just filmed skateboarding there.
Yeah.
And then I filmed these stupid little shitty snowboarding clips on like construction spots. We'd find like an old PVC pipe and we'd make our own little street spot.
Yeah.
And I'd film stupid stuff like that. And eventually Daryl seen me post one of my clips on Facebook, and he asked if I wanted to come film, because this is around the time Aiden left to go to film school.
Yeah.
And I went out and filmed with him, and that was the Capital City Hijinks video I filmed for him. We filmed it one day. Crazy.
Just run through St. Albert.
Banger video. No, it was at Rabbit in the Temp Park.
Yeah.
And it was just probably, for all the action sports videos I've done, that's been for sure my best. And
like, to go out and film Daryl is nuts, because like he won't snowboard, and then he'll come out and he'll just do every trick like first try. Like every trick. Like
it was nuts. They had the tabletop set up to the down rail, and it was the kink rail on it.
Yeah, the down flat down.
Yeah. He'd gap over the table to the down of the down flat down.
Yeah. Like, it's probably like, there's probably like a 15-foot pad, and then probably another 15 feet of rail he was gapping.
And he was straight lining from the top.
Yeah. Any of those bottom of the hill features, there was always the gap option there, but in order to get speed for it, you had to straight line the entire hill. Like,
What had me fucked up is he was trying to land 50-50, and the first few, he's throwing board slides on him. I'm like, ugh. He's leaning so far up the hill. Like,
Yeah.
it's with the speed he has, it's just a tap on the rail, but like he leads so far. You're just like, oh no.
Yeah, it's like such a small room for error at that point when you're going that fast, and like especially trying to land like 50-50 on like a gap rail is like kind of hard because you don't have like as much wiggle room like with your board, right? Like for me, I'm almost more comfortable to go like gap 50 because I'm more like stable from going over like my nose or like slipping out backwards. But if you are to go like gap to board slide, you do have that like way more surface area to like hit the rail for sure. Not that you like want to hit it on all those other places of your board. You are aiming for such a small specific spot anyways, but just like a safety, I guess, so you don't get like tangled up in the rail. But yeah, gap rails were never really my favorite thing.
The only trick I could consistently do on a rail was front side nose blunts. That was it.
Yep. Front lip, yeah.
That was it. That's all I could do.
Old Faithful, right? Everybody's got one.
Tubes, I had lots down. I loved at Snow Valley how they'd kink the tubes.
Yeah.
I was excited. First time I 50'd through that, I was like,
yeah.
best feeling ever.
Yeah.
But I sucked. That's why I filmed. Every time I got on a board, I hurt myself. So that's what led me into filming, was just sucking at everything, whether it was BMX, snowboarding, skateboarding. I just sucked. I was better at filming, so that's what I did.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a less painful learning curve with filming, right?
Yeah, it's not a broken body.
Yeah. People say I'm like good at snowboarding, but I also tell them I'm really good at falling.
It's a part to get as good as to do the riding you guys are doing. You need to.
You fall a lot. Like,
yeah, I remember your part in Edmonton, and I was like, I can't believe these guys ride like this. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the first one we ever filmed, like first year after high school, or that was our first real project, and we had no idea what we were doing. And when we like went, we had a friend of ours edit it for us, and when we handed over all the footage to him, he's like, "You have no B-roll."
I think it was better than rumor has it. I think Edmonton was just
clips. It was just clips. It's just tricks after tricks.
It was so good though.
Yeah, it was pretty hype. I don't know. I was really stoked on it. It was like cool to like just have that, like all of our friends, like our first little project, and we just did that.
It was so cool being from here and being able to walk down the street and be like, they hit that.
Yeah.
I still, every single time I drive past the provincial building here, I'm still pointing at rails like, oh, they hit that to that to that.
Yeah,
like
man, it's nuts. We spent so much time at that building. Like we were probably there some nights till probably 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like, and now it's all fenced off.
Yeah, you guys
like,
probably never had trouble with cops then either,
dude,
though.
Never, not once. Like, and I don't know. They must have just like put the fence up for their own. I don't know what it was, because it wasn't like it was like a super popular snowboard spot.
Well,
like,
they keep cop cars there now.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
Yeah, that makes sense, because the parking lot was always empty in the bottom, so it wasn't even used.
Because when we filmed Daryl's part, we had no problem with cops. When I filmed with him too, nothing at all. And we were in a lot more open places.
Yeah.
Like, we just didn't care what we were riding.
Yeah.
And we had 5 times the amount of lights as normal. Like,
yeah.
We'd light up lines sometimes.
Just set it up, see what happens. Like,
exactly. And we never had a problem. Cops would come by. What are you doing? Just filming. Okay, make sure there's no snow left on the sidewalk when you leave.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's such like a 50-50 chance. It's like you either have a cop that shows up that just doesn't care because he's just driving by, whatever, is stoked, or you get a cop that is like, I had to come here because somebody called and complained.
Edmonton,
and
it
now
was
I
kicked
have
out
to do
every
something.
time.
Yeah, right? And it's weird, but like you almost have a harder time here, like in St. Albert, with like what I like to call like the super citizens. It's like these people make it their like personal obligation that you just like cannot do this, when like the reality is if you would have just ignored it and just let us do our thing, we'd be out of here. Like,
Between shots, I'd shut down the generator and
Yeah.
everything too.
Yeah.
So because it was just
taking a break or whatever.
and it was just me and Daryl. There was very few times we met up with other riders.
Yeah.
And when we did, it was riding like the rails at the apartments by Northgate, because you have to use a bungee because a drop-in's just not enough.
Yeah. I never hit that spot.
No.
No, there's lots of spots that I still never have hit. Like, I've got a couple. I found a really crazy one that I haven't really shown to anybody. So I feel like I got a couple spots left in me. Not like I want to go out of my way to like film parts, because like it takes so much time now when you're working full time, and then I'm coaching during the week, and then we also run these like RC events here and there, and like I'm busy. Like I don't even have time. Like when we were filming these parts, it was like every day, every weekend, and like, you know, that's, you would almost even want to put more time than that in at that point, so you can just like stay riding. But yeah, I miss building spots. I love shoveling. Like I spent so many years building the terrain parks and everything in Edmonton, and like it's such a suit. It's like my little bonsai garden, you know.
I gotta say, during the time I started filming, and I was around for those 2 seasons, the one thing I was upset I never got to do was preseason, postseason sessions, where all the snow's melted and you guys go set up at Edmonton Ski Club.
Yeah, that was a wild time. That was cool.
At the end of the year, you guys would have like a full run going down the hill. Beginning of the year, you would still have 3 or 4 hits in a row. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. There was years where I think I snowboarded before October. Like we would take my truck as soon as the rinks were dumping snow, we were snowboarding. So we would just take my 1500 over there and load it till it was bottomed out, and we would take 3 runs from the rink to the ski hill, and we would pull their rails out and we would just ride their rails. and then yeah, same thing, like after all the hills shut down, and like they didn't care, and as long as we cleaned up after ourselves and we put the rails away when we were done.
Yeah, why would they care?
Like it was awesome to have like our little like spring park, and we rode there till like end of April. Like,
have you gone to the last couple of rumored junk jams?
oh yeah. They've held 2 now,
yeah.
I think. Yeah. And it's an awesome event. So
The first one, in my opinion, looked way funner as a rider. The second one looked not as fun. The first one looked funner to me.
yeah, I mean, it's always a gamble on like where the snow is, or like where we're gonna be, right? And classic, we don't usually leave ourselves like a lot of time to go and like scope, or
We just lost the camera.
word.
So we were at Junk Jam.
Yeah, the Junkyard Jam has been cool. We've held 2 now the past 2 years, and we just kind of like saw that the scene was like lacking some less serious events. So we kind of took it upon ourselves, and we just found some rails and tubes and whatever kind of us and our homies kind of had sitting around, and we just loaded it all into the river valley in Edmonton and set some stuff up like the day before, pretty much. And then, dude, it was crazy. The first one we had, so many people showed up. I knew some people were gonna show up, but I didn't know like probably like 50 people would show up.
Especially for not releasing the address till the day of.
Yeah.
Like for how it reminded me of the old Go Skate Day videos in like LA, like just lined both sides.
Yeah, it was nuts. Like it was crazy. And then the second year, we put angle iron on a wooden down rail in the river valley. That was like the first hit of the line, and like that was nuts. Like you said there again, the Go Skate Day, like it's just this, it's like a walking path that's already not super wide, and like there was no snow really.
You guys were in Mill Creek there, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of dope spots there.
The landing was just like the most hard packed bullshit. Like you couldn't put an edge into it. Yeah, it's ice. Yeah, it's ice. Yeah. And it was cool. Just everybody surrounding you, just cheering, and yeah, that was a blast. We had a friggin' guy up there with his welder the night before, welding the angle iron together and drilling holes, and we fucking screwed it on the rail.
That's awesome.
It might still be there. I don't know if they took it off.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come out this year with the camera.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I think that'd be awesome. I think we're progressively trying to get a little more organized. Like I'd like to pick a zone way ahead of time so that we could even go out prior and, you know, do a little trimming here and there if we have to, and even just like moving a little bit of snow around after we get a big dump, because like you go to all these places that are basically just like dog walking paths or just cut throughs in parks, and they have such weird like slopes and hills and
especially
holes in the slope that you're trying to build on, and like if you're not building on like a semi flat ish grade or whatever, you kind of end up with really sketchy run-ins and sketchy landings. And
yeah, especially because most of them happen March. The two of them, I think they both happened in March so far. Closer to the like beginning of March.
One was like end of February, I think. Yeah, a little bit later.
Yeah, so it'd be better to go do like a rough-in early January, mid-January.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do a rough-in, and then I kind of want to just have it like have the like contest just like ready to pull like when we get a dump. So then like it's not such a battle.
You got good shit to ride.
Well, yeah, like No, we've done 3 now. We did 3.
Really?
Yeah. The second year had the down rail with the wood rail.
Yeah, because this last year you guys had a fridge and I don't know what else.
Yeah, we built like a big well, the fridge is the it's reoccurring. That was like the OG feature was the fridge, and it just like it's at everyone.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was like, you know, you think of like a junkyard like spot or whatever, you always see like Lucas Magoon jibbing a fridge or something. Like, so we're like, oh, we got to get a fridge, and like a fire hydrant, and like, you know, or like jumping over barrels and stuff. But yeah, the second year there was like no snow. The zone we picked, you like couldn't make a pile of snow from like the flat area. We hauled all of the snow in from like in the trees. Like we had these big like wood sleds, and we're just like filling them with snow and then bringing them in to where we were building our shit.
Which should have been an hour setup, ended up being a full day setup.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, we always start building at like 4 o'clock after work too, so you get like 2 hours, a couple hours of sunlight, and then you're kind of just shoveling in the dark. So I'd like to bring a headlamp for sure.
Yeah, it looks like a blast.
Mm-hmm. It's cool to just see like a lot of the kids I coach come out, and just like a lot of the younger riders, and just even a lot of the older riders kind of come out and hang out too. Like, it's good to see that just everybody's still around. And
if I find some boots, I'll come ride the fridge.
Hell yeah.
I just need to buy some boots.
Heck yeah. Size of your feet?
12.
Ooh, I might have some 11s, but they might be 13. Packed out enough. Ooh, they might not be that. If it's a 12, 13, it might not.
It all depends. Like, these are 12 and these things are massive on me.
Yeah.
I buy Vans and I need 13s.
Yeah, Vans are small. I can't wear Vans. Well, as I'm wearing Vans.
I just have wide feet.
Yeah, I notice I have that too, like a wide toe box.
I bought Aiden Carter's old DC boots, or were those yours? The crank ups, yeah.
Those were my old boots. Yeah.
I don't know where they went, or else I'd still use them.
Oh,
I think I lost them in a move because, yeah, I rode those forever.
That's so long ago, man.
The one stopped ratcheting, and I started putting a ratchet strap around it. I was like, no, I'm not buying new boots. They cost too much.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, I haven't ridden since I fucked up on the down flat down rail. I would love to do it again. Try to get my daughter on a board too. She's 6 now.
Yeah, heck yeah.
She's clumsy as hell, but
I mean, I fall a lot too.
There's nothing else to do in the winter. We're in Canada.
It's either like you play hockey or you don't. And if you don't, like I don't
even
know.
like hockey.
Yeah, no. I don't like nope. No. Yeah, I don't even know what I would be doing if I wasn't snowboarding. Like I definitely wouldn't have been playing hockey. I played a little bit of like ODR growing up because we had a little rink across the street, but I never cared for hockey like that.
I only played ODR with the boys because I didn't want to be left at home alone playing video games.
Yeah.
So what point did you get into BMXing?
So I started my like introduction to bikes in general wasn't BMX at first. It was mountain bikes. There was a dirt jump lot in St. Albert, right on the corner of like St. Albert Trail, and
I'll post a video of it right here.
Yeah, it was called Jensen's. It's a bank now, but
I never got to that. Yeah, that's my bank.
Yeah, it's your bank.
Yeah, I never got to ride it because I was too young and I didn't have the balls to hit it at 9 years old, 10 years old. And as soon as I was old enough to hit it, they were just clearing it.
Some of those jumps were crazy. Like yeah, there was some small stuff there, but like there was some guys that were building like 20-foot jumps, and it was crazy because it was just a flat run-in. You just pedal your ass off down the street as fast as you possibly can.
Pump into the bank
you just, like,
hope you got it.
Pop off the sidewalk and launch off this kicker. Like, I remember like just being in the car with my parents and like driving by and like seeing some guy do a backflip over one of these jumps, and we're just like, what the like. Yeah, it was nuts. Like, it was cool. But then, so I was probably 14 at the time riding mountain bikes. And then the jumps got cleared within like a year. So then all we had left was the skate park. And then there was a big crew of us on bikes. And we would just show up at the skate park, and the skaters were not for it. Like,
that turned into a bike park for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it did. Because like, I don't know, So we were like on mountain bikes at first for probably the first year or so, and I think one of my friends had a BMX. And then slowly, just everybody traded in their mountain bike for a BMX. So
except for David. David never got a BMX.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Dave Barry.
I thought he still rides a hardtail.
No, I don't think he's actually rode his mountain bike for a while.
Oh.
He had like a couple years where he like went back to that hardtail setup, and then I don't know if it broke but he's been BMX guy. But anyways, so I started BMXing when I was probably like 15 or 16. I struggled with skateboarding. Like, I didn't have the dexterity to do the tricks. I could ride the board fine, but I was just struggling to like learn tricks. And so I was kind of more drawn to bikes at the time, or I just wanted to try something new. And I loved riding bikes. Like, it was
less hitting the ground.
Less frequently, but when you did, it was a lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, a lot harder. yeah, they're super dangerous, but super fun. Yeah. But then I rode BMX for a good chunk, basically till probably I graduated. So probably 4 or 5 years I rode BMX for.
After shoulder death, did you keep riding?
Oh my god! Oh.
Because that's when I was riding lots, and I don't think I ever seen you out riding after that.
No, basically, so I separated my shoulder right after I graduated in like 2010. And I remember all I was focusing on was like being okay to snowboard, because it was like September or something that I did it in, or it was like,
Yeah, it was late in the season.
yeah, it was like right at the end of the season, and I was like, shit, like I do not want to be sitting at home when the hills open. So I remember after that snowboard season, I went to the Devon bike park with a buddy of mine, and I was like kind of stoked. And then I remember sitting up at the top, and I was just like, nope, this is not doing it for me anymore. And I just parked my bike for like 6 years probably. Like I had my BMX, but it just sat in my garage. And then I sold it like a few years ago or whatever for like pennies on, you know, what you built it for, but I don't have to look at it anymore.
I traded my $900 Verde Spectrum that I had for like a quarter pound of weed. So, I mean, at least you got money.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I got back into biking a bit too. During COVID, I bought I had bought myself basically the year before a new mountain bike, just a hardtail or whatever, Kona, and I went out with a buddy of mine on a trail ride and got my ass absolutely kicked. Like, just the most gassed and sore I had been in so long, but it was so fun. Like, just the trail, ripping through the trails, or not even ripping, just trying to like get through the trails. Like, it was such a good feeling. And I like quickly upgraded my bike, got myself the full suspension that I fucking never thought I would ever buy, and just didn't think about it too long, kind of pulled the trigger on it, you know. If I didn't buy it then, I was never gonna do it. So now I got this crazy mountain bike that I haven't been riding a ton, but I'm still planning to get out and ride. I want to get out and do some shuttles and maybe even some mountains if I can bring it along with me to BC or something. But I don't know. I love bikes. I love skateboarding. I love snowboarding. Like, they're all cool to me.
Yeah. And then the natural progression from there always happens to be cars.
Somehow, yeah, I guess.
And I think it's the adrenaline and less likelihood to get hurt. You still get that same feeling. And you've obviously always been into cars. I remember back in high school, us hanging out in my basement, smoking doobies, trying to drift high scores on Need for Speed.
Yeah, Need for Speed Underground 2. Or,
yeah, we had all the high scores written down on my table.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I think Aiden held the record up until the very bitter end when I moved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was into cars before I was into skateboarding. Like, you know, I had the uncle who had the PlayStation with Gran Turismo, and you play your first racing game or whatever, and you're a little kid, and
then you see
you're
Fast
already
and
a
Furious.
Hot Wheel fiend, and
yeah.
You see Fast and Furious, and then like,
yeah,
hey, slippery slope.
So then, what led to the RC drifting instead of just hopping into a full-size car right off the bat?
Well, I think realistically it was just me kind of telling myself that I'm not gonna drift. But then all your friends are like, well, I'm doing it. And you're like, shit, well, I have the car, so I might as well do it. Like, I bought myself the first generation IS300 like 3 or 4 years ago, and like just because it's like been my dream car, like literally since
I remember you driving that car on Need for Speed.
literally since like Underground 2 came out, when that car came out in Canada, 2000 or 2001, I think it was the first gen.
Yeah, I think 2001.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, that's the car. And now I have one, and it's crazy because I don't know, I just like never really thought I would. And you know, that one day you're just toxically scrolling Facebook Marketplace and you find this car for sale in Saskatoon. And
So it's good. It's not rusty.
No, it's good. Like there's just like there's a little bit.
Never sell it.
Yeah, no.
Okay. That's what the S13 was to me. Biggest regret of my life. Now to get a clean shell,
Yeah.
I need to spend almost 10 grand.
I mean,
it's fucked.
I did. I spent like 12 on it, but they're only getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Like, and I saw what people were paying for them when I bought mine, and I got a deal. Like, yes, they lied to me. That thing was in way more of a crazy accident than they said it was, but I mean, it got fixed. It's straight. Looks good to me. I'm probably gonna beat it up a little bit anyways,
if you're drifting it,
but
as long as it drives straight, you're good.
yeah, you know, that's really all you can ask for. And
It's not a if, it's a when.
yeah,
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back into the drifting too.
I am excited to drift. I'm definitely like a little nervous, but I've been putting in some time on the Assetto rig, and
It does a lot.
yeah, oh yeah. And I mean, I haven't even been playing with like a shifter or a handbrake. So
That's
I've
good.
literally just been seeing what I can do with the pedals. Like, I pretty much just, and sometimes I'll like shift. It's like, I usually will just set it in gear, but I mean, some tracks you like have to. But I've been able to make it work with my keyboard, and I barely dabble in the handbrake, and it's been fun just like throwing it with the pedals. Like,
It won't be much more adding the handbrake and figuring out how it works.
I already understand like how it works and like the sequence and like kind of when I want to use it and when I don't really need to use it.
Have you went and slid around in like a loading dock or anything like that yet?
I did like one donut in my car, and I was just like vibrating after. Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. That was before I had done any Assetto or anything.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't like. I understand how to do a donut, but like to just the adrenaline and just like, yeah, having to gain that comfortability with another level of adrenaline again. Like,
Church up behind Walmart was the first place I did a donut in
Yeah.
my 240.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember the feeling. I'm like, oh my God. I look at my buddy in the passenger seat. I'm like, that was crazy. He's like, that was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. I'll tell you, first time don't go your first time and go to Strato. Go to Skip that day.
No, yeah.
You're going to be sitting there. You're going to be shaking like that.
Yeah.
You're going to go in a gear. As soon as your foot's on the gas and your other foot's off the clutch and you're going, all the shakes are gone.
Yeah.
You're into it.
Yeah.
As soon as you throw it, well, I guess you've already ridden drift cars, so you already got that. You already know that feeling.
That
but
first chuck. Yeah.
first time, I never rode in a car before. So I threw it, and the first time it was a right-hander. So I was throwing passenger door first.
Yeah.
And I got so sick. As soon as it went sideways, I got so scared. I was like, this car's going to roll. I just let off. I got so scared.
No faith.
No faith in the car.
Yeah.
But then I ended up linking the whole layout that day. So
sick.
I got over it quick, but it was that was the only real hurdle. My car wasn't set up worth shit. My car was never set up.
And you like roll in, never having driven before, never having had a ride along before, in a stock seat, in like full stock suspension, so that thing's just like body roll
No,
central.
worse. Old blown coilovers.
Yeah.
They were from like 98. Some guy got them on his 180 that he imported. I ran the serial numbers. I'm like, oh, they're JIC Magics. I'll fucking buy them. Gave them to me for, well, I traded them a window.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this is a good deal.
I bought
Too
some
good to be true, almost.
bought a pair of doors for $40 for an S13 with glass and regulators. So I sold him a window, and I was like, "Do you know anybody selling cheap coilovers?" He's like, "Man, I just took this set off my car." I'm like, "What do you want for him?" He's like, "Give me my $30 back." I'm like,
$30. That's suspect. He's like, thanks for taking those to the garbage for me.
"Dude, whole time I had that car, that's what I drove on. You watch videos on my old Kamikaze Garage Instagram, you see my car drifting. It's like, it was a Hikis car. I didn't buy a lockout bar. Well, I had a lockout bar, but everything was seized. I couldn't get anything apart.
Okay.
So I just cut the lines when I swapped to my S14 KA, and I had open rack in the rear, so my toe would flop around while I was driving.
Yeah.
And then I was slammed and couldn't adjust the toe in the back, so I had like 3 degrees of toe in. So I was my front end had a proper alignment. Rear end, out to fucking lunch. 3 degrees in, car was impossible to drive. It was so fast for a stock KA, though. It was...
Gripped up.
Only could drive it in the rain, and it was a blast to drive, but easy to spin out.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know now, that car was a disaster. It's no wonder I couldn't drive great.
Yeah, it's like you want something that's pretty stock so you can get a feel for how a car reacts before you start putting stuff into it, and then like just make small adjustments as you go. Like literally, I mean, I don't have like a lot of mechanical knowledge when it comes to cars. Very much just like learning that along the way too after I got my Lexus.
You can ask me anything too. You've seen my garage.
Yeah, oh yeah. yeah, totally. I have like a lot of knowledgeable friends for sure, which has been awesome. But it's been really cool with RC cars. Like these drift cars have all the adjustable arms that a real car does. I can adjust my front toe, camber, track width. I can adjust. You can put your toe in the rear. You can adjust your rear track width.
I'm gonna take some B-roll of the cars to show it.
Yeah, I brought some. I brought a couple bodies that I've built and the chassis that I'm running currently. But it's nuts, the intricacies in the tuning and the small things that you can adjust on these cars that make such like a drastic like difference in the performance of them. And it's been like super cool to like learn that. And then I like go to start playing Assetto and I go to look at the tuning and I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing here. I'm like, this is literally all just like copy paste basically. Like I know what I need to look at or like to kind of have a general idea of what the outcome is. Okay, so now when I go to like my real car, it's like I already know what the parts are and everything. Like I know it's pretty like basic stuff, but it's pretty cool how like it's so detailed and it works so well.
So there's a gyro in those cars that help drive it.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of works like having a properly aligned front end that self-steers.
Yeah.
Yes and no, solely for the fact it hates you when you try to fight it.
Yeah, because like that's the biggest hurdle when you like start driving these RC cars is you're like instant want to like counter steer, and that's the gyro's job. So as soon as you counter steer, it thinks that you're transitioning. So then the gyro freaks out, goes the other way. Then you have to trip it out, go the other way, and then the car's just wiggling back and forth in the middle of a corner. You just have to like trust. Like it's very much like you steer with the throttle, and you just use the steering to initiate that transition, and then you just continue with the throttle. Very much though, like how you find driving like a real, or not a real car. Well, yes, a real car, but
let's go with Seto for now.
yeah,
because
yeah, I'm saying that's how I found it in a Seto.
So, how I drive on a Seto is 90% of the time, unless it's a long sweeping transition, it's all steering input that I'm doing to do my initiation, or not my initiation, my transitions.
To load up the suspension.
I work the wheel before I do it. And the RC car doesn't let you do that. It goes, no.
Yeah, not really.
So that's any medium corner, the tight ones I could get, but the medium corners, I'd fly out and hit the wall every single time whenever I go to transition.
Yeah, because you kind of basically just use like a blip of the throttle to like load up the suspension like you're talking about, instead of like doing that in the steering itself. Yeah, they definitely don't drive like a real car by any means, because it is not, but they're
Besides that, it's and that's how I wrap my head around. It's the gyros, the car self-steering. That's how I was able to wrap my head around and get some decent tandems with you guys those couple days.
Dude, you picked it up super quick.
I was imagining,
Yeah.
dude, this is my foot.
Yeah.
I was like, can I slam up as an e-brake? You're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I got this. At the very beginning, you'd watch me holding it like this.
Yeah.
Because I was wrapping my brain around it all. And then once I got comfortable, then I was good. But
yeah, this was even my first experience with any kind of RC car before. I was sitting at home. This was my like new COVID hobby. One of them, like everybody was just picking up everything. We had nothing to do. So I saw this video at Super G, and it was a Hoonigan video.
yeah, I was about to say, we all seen that video.
Yeah, and I was like, no way, that's a thing. So then I, binge watch so much content over the next like 2 weeks, and I'm like, screw it, I'll be buying a car. I didn't even know if there was anybody locally that drove, or I kind of thought there was, because I had came across like a Facebook page, but was dead. I didn't know it was dead at the time. So here I am basically with this car, have no knowledge, never built an RC car before. My parents looked at me like I was nuts. They're like, you're not going to build that thing. And I didn't even know if I was going to either. I opened it up so intimidated by just like this box full of plastic parts and screws, and you're like, wow. Like,
it was like the old model cars, but a lot more intricate.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts. And I didn't even have like proper tools. I built the whole thing with like one of those like multi-tools, like a multi-Allen, just like the most non-ergonomic, like, yeah, my wrist was broken. Like,
should have just went to the dollar store and bought the dollar store precision screwdriver set.
Yeah, like if I would have known. I had bought most of my stuff within Canada, and then I had ordered my remote and like some tools and stuff from overseas because I could save a few bucks, and I wish I wouldn't have done that because it had taken months after the fact to actually make it here. But
especially during COVID times.
yeah, it was nuts. Yeah, it took like 3 or 4 months for it to show up. It was crazy. I ended up like thankfully meeting someone online, like in the Facebook group that was dead, that was still driving or kind of getting into it as well, and he like lent me one of his remotes. And then we just like kept driving together. And
was it Mike?
No, it was Chad.
Chad, hell yeah!
I literally
Chad's
just
awesome.
met Chad on a Facebook group, and we met up and just kind of like started driving. And then turned out like he knows all the people I know because he works at one of the skate shops, and we're just like same group of people, small world kind of deal.
Yeah, so I was already in that Facebook group when you joined.
Yeah.
I think your first post when you were like, so does anybody drive here? I was like, I used to have one. You're like, what? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
in like 2015, I bought a RTR car
Yeah.
at Hobby Wholesale on the south side.
All-wheel drive days.
Yeah, well, there was already people running rear-wheel drive with gyros back then.
Oh, yeah. But like
Quite a
this,
few of the local guys were.
actually, no, yeah, because Mike was basically like the head of that.
Yeah, Mike and then
and
there was
Ken,
this other
or-
Jared guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've never met him.
he left very early on.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know much. I only went to a few.
Yeah.
And then I fell on hard times. I
Yeah.
ended up putting like $600 into this car to like upgrade it all. And then no matter what, I changed the servo like 4 times. Every bit of controls, reflashed the controller, and out of the blue, all of a sudden it just turned a different way. Just, what the fuck? So one day it was working good, and I was like, I'm gonna see how much I can get for it at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
I got like
Yeah.
$80 for it.
Yeah,
I was
dang,
so
eh?
heartbroken,
Yeah, that's
but
sad.
like I already tried everything to fix it. Next to
Yeah.
trying to get warranty work, it was only about a year old, but
Weird.
yeah, no, I was just over it. Tried everything.
Yeah, the gremlins, like the electrical gremlins, they come in all shapes and RCs and cars, and I dealt with them before for sure with my RC cars. Like I have sat trackside just swearing at my car, not knowing what to check, thinking my ESC flashed the tune when really something else, like, you know, some little thing happened and it's just the last thing you think of, and you sit there going through and retuning and nothing's working, and you just need to rebind your controller, and you're like, oh no way. Like, yeah, sit
You
there
know
for
what?
3
That's
hours.
probably the only thing I didn't do. Yeah. Brutal.
Dang.
But yeah, that's nuts. Is that what most people do? Is just build a car from scratch the first time? Or get like
I
a
don't know.
chassis kit where you just need to add electronics?
It kind of depends. Like me myself, I felt like I knew I was enough of like a car guy and already liked drifting beforehand, that I knew I was gonna like it.
You always
So-
seem like a very smart guy too.
So you get a little more bang for your buck for sure, like when you just go in and build a car right away versus if you buy one of the ready to run cars. Yeah, you say it's not as expensive initially, but as soon as you take one of those cars and you go to like replace the electronics on it, you're looking at like $300 to replace your electronics, which is 75% of your initial cost of the whole car that you just bought. And those electronics on the car that come with it aren't worth anything really. When you go to sell it, you get like $20-30 or something for them. So then you've basically put in $550 for the car to start, $300 on top of that. That's the price of building a entry level car just from the get-go.
Yeah.
With mid-level electronics and just a good setup that works. Like you don't need to buy like the fancy flashy all purple car. Like, yeah, it's nice, but you definitely don't need it. Like I drive a very the chassis I'm running is the entry level plastic fantastic from Yokomo. An RD 2.0 is what the chassis is called, and then I just upgraded the shocks on it, and I now have a fairly nice set of electronics on it that I like. But I've been driving for like 5 years, and I basically ran the same setup for like 4 of them. I just upgraded stuff, and I'm running still some of the same stuff that I was before.
Yeah, it looks like you're still kind of figuring that chassis out too. It looks like it's set up different every time I see it.
I've been playing with spring rates and mostly just like suspension tuning a little bit. I've basically been running like the factory box stock settings on the alignment for the most part, which is crazy. Like the first car that I built, the box stock settings, or they were okay, but just like the amount of detail that they give you and just the better setups that people have been able to achieve over the time, like with the new chassis, they like the tune is so good out of the box that you almost don't even need to change much. Like, or I like to get a good feel for it for sure. Like just change it a little bit at a time.
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah,
If
you
you're
totally
somebody that
don't.
just wants to pick up and drive, you don't have to.
No,
But if you want to be a tinkerer, you can really.
Totally. It's all depending on what you want that car to do, right? Like, but if you're just starting out, you don't even know what that car is going to do.
Exactly.
So you just build it, follow the instructions, use the caliper. You have to measure that everything, right? Like same as a real car, you want it to be equal. Like you want your alignment to be as equal as possible.
So like that rental car you guys were running.
Yeah.
That's just out the box, ready to run one, right?
No, so the one you were driving was my old car.
The
So
white FRS one.
That one is the box stock.
Yeah.
Ready to run.
Yeah.
$550, I think.
I would never buy one of those. That thing was so slow. It was not fun.
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
I'm sure.
I'm like, I feel like I'm playing with a kid's toy right now.
I'm sure it's due for some maintenance, maybe some a shock rebuild. Like those stock shocks on the RTRs tend to leak because they're just like a plastic bodied shock, and the tolerances on them aren't very good.
And you guys let kids play with it too.
Yeah, we
Not
don't
events.
really anymore. We've learned from that. We had some rough instances at a couple car shows where you see a kid just like holding the, like normally you hold the controller, your throttle is your left hand, you steer with your right hand. You see the kid just like holding the controller with the throttle in his right hand and just like cupping the remote and no steering, just like firing it up and down the wall. You're like, okay, we are not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a little hard on the cars, but you live and you learn.
I think if there was other people there with a car that speed, it would have been great fun. Just like having a bunch of low-powered cars, but with what it was like me hanging out in a stock FRS while you guys are driving around a bunch of pro FD cars.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what
I
it
mean,
was like.
it very much is. That's how it drives. Like it's not a high angle car. You very much have to like low angle it through everything. Your line has to be good. It's a car that like teaches you how to do a corner very well. Like, and then the bump up from that car like is my rental car, which is my old chassis that has the same electronics basically, or same power plant as that FRS, but just like a better gyro and servo. So it definitely doesn't have a lot of power.
Why does it like
Just
front
tuning.
straight? It just
It's just the tuning on it, just the setup, like the alignment, the shocks.
So do you like plug that into a laptop and like?
Well, that was my first car I had there, and you know I drove it for almost 4 years. So you know just tinkering over time, like it gets set up nice. So I basically just pulled all my electronics and everything off that car, put it into the new one, and I had one of those MSTs, and I pulled the electronics out of it, and I sold the chassis, and then I just used that as the rental, and then I had my car again.
Yeah, because it seems so much faster.
Yeah, just the setup. Same motor. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It is so much faster.
So much
You're like,
faster.
here, try this one. I'm like, oh, I can have fun now.
Yeah, same motor.
And then Mike let me try his car.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite car I drove. That thing, for sure, the most realistic feeling car to drive. Like,
Yeah, I'll let you take mine for a
was
lap,
cool.
for a few laps next time for sure. Like, it's like when you build your own car, you're obviously gonna buy something that gives you at least the minimal capabilities to do all the tuning, right? Like on the ready to run cars, you get a motor and an ESC, and there's very minimal like adjustment that you can do to those. There is some adjustment. It's not just set as it is. But when you pick all your electronics and you make sure you get the kind of like required electronics, then you have access to tuning your RPMs and your literal like boost and turbo.
You can actually like make curves like that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So way back in the day when I first got into the cars, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole, and this guy made actual dynos for his cars that actually had little graphs where...
That's crazy. To register the RC cars?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was wild. It measured in like... I think his big RC Basher did like his like Trex's E-Revo did like 3 horsepower or something crazy like that. It was like, wow. That's
crazy though. Like 3 horsepower in like a 10 scale car would be nuts. Like probably does like 50K. There ain't nothing.
I mean, I bet you if you had grippy tires on that and measured it, I bet you it'd get over 1.5 on your little drift cars.
I'm pretty sure my car weighs like 1,300 grams. Yeah, like just over a pound. It's like super light. But if you were to put sticky tires on it, they would hook up and they would rip for sure. The like RPM curves on those motors, like they will keep screaming. Like I would be curious to see, but I also wouldn't want to crash it because at that speed, that car would just explode. Like,
have you ever? I know. If you have, it was probably only once or twice, but if you ever ran the outdoor track in the West End?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to climb the fence to get in there.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of annoying, but yeah, it's kind of fun. It's super rough. It'll just eat like a set of tires in like 2 hours. Or it'll just shake your car apart if it's not like tight. We've lost wheels and suspension falling apart, and yeah, it's easy to lose stuff there if your car is definitely not like put together.
What kind of interest would there be in like somebody building like a permanent track or like concrete, making it look all like real, but like smooth, like skate park concrete type stuff?
Polished concrete is like one of the preferred surfaces for sure. It's like pretty low maintenance. You know what I mean? Like,
keep it clean.
Yeah, it's easy to keep clean. You just kind of got to wipe it down. And as far as I know, like, some people kind of like treat theirs to make it like even slipperier, like
seal it.
Yeah. It's hard for outdoors here because like our winters will just ruin concrete, right? Like, but I mean, in Japan, there's outdoor tracks and like spaces where people drive RC cars,
like ours too, though.
Yeah, that's true, but like there are some places that just don't. Like theirs are more isolated, like up on the mountain too, are they not? Because like from what I'm told, like
they're a coastal island, so they get a lot of precipitation.
Yeah, it's not like... Yeah, that's fair.
Like I've seen pictures of snow walls on the sides of the highway.
Yeah.
So I imagine...
Yeah, I guess... Yeah, that's fair.
I imagine the coastlines is more like Vancouver weather type stuff.
Yeah, like right at the... Yeah.
But I feel like anything inland, you're getting good...
Yeah.
You're getting our winters pretty much.
They get crazy winters, yeah. Them being that island, they get the crazy coastal storms.
More like New Brunswick style winters.
They get nuked on for sure.
I think it'd be cool for sure, especially if it was like a city permitted thing and it was like on the side of a trail in the river valley type thing.
That'd be kind of sick, like a little toge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like a Ibisu school circuit thing where you can set up multiple layouts in one pad.
Yeah, like currently we're setting up our track at my work. My boss has been super kind and let us just use his space, which has been awesome for us to like even expand on the carpet track that we had before, where we've now like laid out
Yeah,
You have
thanks for letting me kind of freeball it. I'm
like
you guys kept laying out the track and I kept changing it.
yeah, we have a large track now for sure, and laying out all these pieces of carpet and taping them together and trying to like get it to lay flat after you've rolled and unrolled and rolled and unrolled these carpets so many times, like it's kind of, I'm kind of over it a little bit. We're aiming to move towards a VCT tile track, just like our friends have down in Calgary.
What's VCT?
It's just a vinyl tile, basically. They come in like 1 foot by 1 foot, right? Usually, it's just like basic flooring. It's not super fancy or anything. But so we're looking to switch our surface over to that, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. So we don't have to like switch our cars up as much when we go down to like drive with our buddies in Calgary, and same thing for them when they want to come up here and drive with us when we host an event. It's just put the car down on the track and drive. You don't have to like spend an hour and a half just like resetting up your car every time you go, and then you come back and you have to like reset your car again, and it's kind of annoying. But also the surface is just so much more fun to drive on than carpet. And I think it'll honestly be easier for us to set up, even if it's not a permanent track. It'll still be easier to just lay out and have a flat surface if they're just kind of like taped together into larger tiles, basically, is what our plan is. So we'll lay out 6 tiles and then tape them together, so then they have the weight of, or it's 9 tiles, 3 by 3.
Yeah.
And then the weight of that tile sitting on the ground isn't going to go anywhere. So then you just butt all the tiles up to each other. And we have a forklift at my shop, so we can just stack all these tiles on a pallet. And
then you only got to give the top one a good cleaning.
Yeah, literally. Or just put a bag over it or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have me on the forklift, backing it up through the shop, have 2 guys laying the tiles down, bang, 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 and then all we got to do is put the edging down, and I honestly think it'll be way easier and a lot more fun.
So you're one of the founders of the OCRC?
Yeah, so, I mean, I came across this Dhoedt Facebook group, and I was like, okay, well, there's a couple people, obviously, that are still driving and still interested, so maybe I'll make a Facebook group, just like Edmonton RC Drift Community. That was the kind of Facebook group. Just, I wanted one that was alive, like a new one, right? Wasn't like attached to anything else, like just something that had new content on it or whatever, something that people would maybe find. And a lot of people have found it for sure, but I mean, you get a lot of people that aren't active or whatever, but there's been a few for sure. And then, so when I started driving this RC cars, I made a track in my garage. My parents just parked their car on the driveway for the whole summer. I just took over the entire garage and I made a whole track in their garage. And, you know, I like mimicked Mahon, and I like set up all different kinds of layouts. And at the time, there was probably about 6 or 7 of us driving pretty regularly. Like, just, it was like I introduced it to one of my good friends and he got into it with me, and then I met Chad and I met Mike through the Dhoedt Facebook page, or I'm pretty sure that's how like we met.
That's how I met Mike, was that Facebook page.
Yeah, because like we did those couple drift days at Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like where I saw you again, and that's like where I met Mike and Ken. And then we did a couple there, and it was okay, but it was kind of random, and the track setup was never really super good, and so we just stayed to drifting in my garage for like the time, and then we were like, well, let's just try and do something, like try and throw like an event. So we kind of like formed this OCRC, was Mike, Chucky, and myself, and we rented this space in the mall that we found. I don't even remember how we found it, but
Was it like an actual empty storefront,
no. So
or was it just like the wing of the mall?
this guy, he has like access to venue space in the Millwoods town center, and at first it was like super cheap for us to get this space, or not super cheap, but it was like super reasonable. If we had, you know, like 10 guys show up, $20, you like cover $200. It's chill. It's literally all we've ever aimed to do, is just like basically all we want to do is cover our costs, and you know, and like if anything we make on it, of course we're just gonna put it into like the track and supplies and whatever. Like
Yeah, you guys make it a real community event with like the food and everything.
yeah, thanks, I really appreciate that. But I mean, it got kind of expensive, and it was hard to charge people like $30 when, you know, like you just want to like go chill, and like some people can't afford to pay $30, and it kind of sucks. And I mean, I'm very thankful for all the people that did come out, like when we were like charging a lot more, but like we just kind of did what we had to do with everything we had like invested to all of our like track supplies and like everything that we needed to go to all these events, and all the tents and all the signage and all the tables and all the carpet and all the, you don't even think about it, and then you like, wow, I could have built my whole car. Like,
Yeah,
you're like, I spent $2,500 on track supplies last summer. Like,
so that being said, since you guys pretty much are a small business at this point.
no, it's all good.
Not
I'm just
technically.
kidding, yeah.
It's more like a hobby club.
Yeah.
It has the potential to be a business.
Yeah.
Do you ever see it growing to the point of a track in a building with a small pro shop to help keep the track alive?
It would be super cool. And I mean, having product to sell is really like the only thing that gives you like the margins to make money, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not making money on track fees. You're not making money on like selling someone lunch for $5. Like, you're just like, I just want to feed my friends and like make sure that there's food here. Like,
keeping
if
the
people aren't
community
there,
going.
yeah, like, and like I don't want you to have to like leave and go eat something from the gas station, because that's like all that's around where we're at. Like,
Yeah, all of a sudden we're all eating sloppy
yeah,
burgers.
yeah, but it would be super cool, and it's of course something that we want. It's just hard that like the amount of space that we need is like not cheap to rent, and Calgary has like benefited from sharing a space with like a multi-hobby facility. So they run there like 2 nights a week on the tile, and then they cover it in carpet, and then they run like little mini cars on like a different track, and then they run like, yeah, they run mini Z's, and then they run these Tamiya 4-wheel drive, like it's like a slot car. It's like it's just like the Filipino community is like super huge into these like slot cars.
We got a slot car track in Sherwood Park.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's pretty big here too. Like Kenneth from Phoenix like is big into that too, and I think that's just what he does now, because he like pops in and out of drifting very randomly, and I don't know. I just don't feel like I don't know. He has all different kinds of hobbies too. Like, maybe he'll come back to RC drifting again.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to. And then, well, when that time comes, I'm sending you a message. Like, I got this much money. Send me my parts list.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're honestly reasonable. Like, to get a setup that's like worth it, as opposed to buying like the RTR just to like try it out.
I want all the fancy parts, though. So I know I need to have more of a budget. I want it to be fancy and shiny.
Yeah.
And then I know I'm going to spend way too much on a body because I'm going to replicate my full-size drift car.
That'd be sick. That's what I plan to do. I've had the body in my closet for like over a year now. I bought an IS300 body. It doesn't have like the same body kit and stuff that I'm gonna put on it.
Let's take a quick break. I gotta take a piss. We'll talk
Word.
about that car build and then the car. So you got the IS300 RC body, not the same body kit.
Yeah, it's got like a BN kit on it. I'm not the hugest fan of the BN kit, but my plan is that I'm gonna build that body to match like what I build my car to. I had this idea always of like painting it white and putting white wheels on it. And it was funny because like when I bought the car, I didn't even see this like second set of keys, but when I got home, it had this like keychain of a little IS300 on it that was like white on white wheels. And I was like, dang, well, like I guess I have to now. So I think that's gonna be like the first iteration when I like get around to doing some exterior work and stuff. It'll end up being like a white on white, but yeah, who knows where it'll go from there.
I got you on paint.
Yeah, it'll be fun to paint it.
I'll charge you like negligible over cost.
Yeah, I'll come do all the work with you.
That's
I'd be down.
exactly
I would
why.
like want to even spray it myself. Fuck it. Like I don't care if it's runny.
I'll make sure it doesn't run.
I mean, I figured out how to like paint RC cars fairly okay, so
We'll let you do the base coat. I'll do the clear coat.
yeah, you can do clear that.
So what's all left to do to be able to actually go drive it on track?
I need to get some. I need to mount my seats. I got some like Evo 10 Recaros, so it's still like an adjustable, like reclinable seat, but definitely a better bucket than what my car has currently, just the stock seats.
Did you look into the planted rails?
I did. Yeah, they I think the pricing on them was like almost the same. I honestly think I don't know if I'm going to end up needing to like customize the brackets to like get low enough, cuz like in my cars right now basically as it is, I almost sit with the seat maxed back and it's like I could almost use more or not more, but I don't know. We'll see where the general seating position is, and I just need to find a bracket. And
Is it flat? Like your
The
two
floor?
mountain points, are they even?
I think it's pretty close.
Because like the E36, you can literally bolt a plate to the floor.
Yeah.
and bolt your factory seat bracket for the seat to it, just the L brackets.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like I haven't even got the seats out yet to have a look or anything. Like I've just been focusing on getting ready for snowboarding season here and also like trying to save some money up for a little bit of parts and stuff here and there and tires and stuff for the car. But yeah, it doesn't need a lot. Like realistically, I have coilovers on it already, and when I get the seats in, I'm good to go. Like it has a VLSD still, so I'm not sure how well it'll work with the current like gear ratio. If I need to find a different gear ratio or get like a diff from an auto and weld it, or
I got a
but
welder.
yeah. So if it doesn't work that well with the diff that's in it, I'll probably just find one and weld it.
I would just think about doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Factory LSDs that old, they don't tend
Yeah.
to work that great.
Yeah, that's fair. Like it might work, but it
You'll
might just be
probably
annoying.
lose it on transition. You'll have
Yeah.
to be re-engaging it.
Yeah.
I know a few people that did that.
Yeah. So, I'm going to rip it first for sure how it is. Skid pad, whatever.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, probably. Then I'll have an idea, right? Like if I really feel like I need to go for the diff right away, or if I can just sesh the skid pad for a season on how it is or whatever and save up money for some adjustable arms or whatever in the rear. But I'm not going to be fighting grip for sure because it's not like I have a ton of power.
Yeah, you just pump up the tires. Have fun.
Yeah, so like the factory alignment doesn't have a ton of adjustment to be able to zero out the camber in the rear, so I'm definitely going to be running inners, burning out the inners for sure. But
Just get it as close to zero as you can.
yeah, I got to get it close. It'll be all right. I'm probably just going to buy toe arms in the rear so I can at least make sure that they're running straight, so that I don't get any crazy weird wearing. But yeah, should be good. I don't think it's been sitting in my garage for a year. I just parked it, but it's fine. It was fine when I parked it.
Yeah, you'll find you're gonna want angle probably after your first day driving.
Yeah. Well, especially after playing a Seto.
And you're probably, as soon as you feel consistent on the pad, you're not going to want to drive there no more. You're just going to want to go to Strato.
Yeah. That'll probably happen.
Nobody cares if you end up in the kitty litter. There's people that drive there that aren't that great.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're off track nonstop or are always going way too slow.
Oh, I put 200 laps on Strato already. Like,
yeah.
at least.
Yeah, that came about because back in the day, bunch of friends had Team Tandemic, and I was on it, and they convinced me to get a simulator, so I started driving on sim, and I was like, I'm gonna pay for a server, and on Thursdays, let's just tell everybody in the drift community we're doing Thursday practice.
Sweet.
And we'll do tracks all around, and we're all sitting there talking, and everybody's like, man, I wish we had local tracks. I'm like, I gotta get off, guys. I'm on my phone on Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Who builds tracks? Who's gonna get to build a track?
Yeah.
And Tony Kosh and I ended up finding a guy in, I think it was Finland,
Oh yeah,
that
cool.
ended up making the whole track
That's
for
sick.
us. It's gone through a couple of iterations.
Yeah, updates and
I have it. I still have the file of it, like the bare track with the open pits, no signage on the walls.
that's
like
sick.
how it looks when you show up there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I just saw that they got the D Marks skid pad up on Assetto 2, so that then the Airdrie pad there.
There's RMDC too.
Yeah.
There's Castrol Raceway.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's awesome.
Rad torque now.
Yeah, you can get a feel for what corners are where before you even kind of show up, which is realistically like the hardest part, right? Like you roll up to a new track and you're like, okay, like I got to figure out how much space is here and how much time. And I mean, if you've already been there, essentially, like, yeah, of course you're gonna like still give it a feeler for sure, but I feel like it's gonna help so much.
I used to live stream all our meets on Assetto.
Nice.
So I got some of us running Mahon and Apple Valley,
Yeah.
where there's like 4 or 5 of us stacked up doors for laps on
Yeah,
end.
sick.
So fun.
Yeah, I'm starting to get there, like getting the left foot braking and not spinning out from over left foot braking while I'm beside someone, but it's definitely hard, like, and you get so stoked and like just excited when you're right there and you're like, I'm not fucking up, and then you fuck up and you're like, oh,
You,
shit.
you should order yourself a cheap $80 handbrake off Amazon.
Yeah, I'm currently using like a friend's gear entirely. It's not even mine, so I'm trying to get it back to him like ASAP here and just get my own gear. And
I'm just gonna buy a used $150 set on Facebook as
Yeah.
soon as I have some spare money again. Just a cheap TMX again.
yeah,
As long as you don't play iRacing, the cheap ones are fine.
yeah,
I had a TMX Pro with the 3 pedals and everything,
Mhm.
and I did a bearing upgrade in it, so when you'd throw it from lock to lock, it would actually make it from lock to lock,
yeah.
and that made the thing drive 1,000 times better. And then I took the control panel out of the steering wheel and ran it out the back, and I soldered on and made my own sequential
Oh,
shifter.
sick. Yeah.
And then you had the little button pad, so you could still use all your buttons and everything.
On the wheel.
off the wheel.
Oh, okay,
On where I soldered in the handbrake. And
Yeah.
I took the wheel off and 3D printed a piece for an actual wheel.
Yeah.
And I had the bucket seat because my car wasn't working, so I had my bucket seat
Yeah,
on it
pull the
on just a
seat out.
2x4 frame set
Yeah.
up with a 32-inch TV, and I
Yeah.
rocked that all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at building, is just a basic 2x4 frame. I got like a cheap seat from a Subaru for like $40 off Facebook. And then yeah, when I like get my own gear, then I'll like get it properly set up. But for right now, it's kind of an awkward seating position. I feel like I'm almost driving a bus. Like my computer chair is super high and the pedals are at weird angles and the steering wheel's also super high. Like
That's how I was playing iRacing. And I got pretty competitive with it.
yeah, just the most awkward seating position. You're like getting shin splints. Like
I was driving dirt cars though, so it kind of worked.
yeah, yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, no, I really enjoy like the sim, and I'm not like a huge gamer, like, but I enjoy that because it feels more like, I don't know, real.
And honestly, when you have a friend or two that'll
Yeah.
consistently hop on and drive with you,
Totally.
it elevates your driving once you're in a real car. But not only that, it's relaxing. It's like
Yeah.
when you go snowboarding and you're doing your chill lap through the park
Yeah.
first thing in the morning, or you just smoked a doobie and you're in your
Yeah.
garage firing up your RC car, like
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's funny. Like we'll all be sitting there on the Discord and we'll all go like have a smoke break together, like on Discord, and fucking then we'll like get back on, hop on the track, and everyone's like, or like we're chit chatting a bit, but then you'll get driving and it'll get all quiet for a few laps and you'll just be like getting after it, and then someone kind of fucks up and you're like, oh yeah, then everyone gets all hyped again. Like you get that little zone in, and
is it
it's
the Spec E server you play on?
I pretty much just play on like empty servers with like Chad and Andrew, a couple of my RC buddies there. We'll drive like Mahon, or like we found like a Clutch Kickers snow server, which was actually kind of cool, like to have a little more like time in between the inputs. I found that when I went back to driving like the dry tracks even again on Assetto, I had a little bit more of like a better idea of like what was going to happen. Even like, I don't know, I got like 125 hours or something on it right now. So I've definitely like put some time in, but like I know it'll definitely be like some.
I was at 500 when my wheel gave out.
Yeah. I'm curious as to how much some of those electronics can take. Like, how can you take just going back and forth and back and forth? Like,
It was iRacing that killed it.
yeah,
Because drifting, it's minimal inputs and it's just the motor running it from lock to lock most of the time. It's not wearing it lots. As soon as you're actually fighting the force feedback and it's trying to really fight you, like dirt racing on iRacing.
Yeah.
I played
Burnt out.
What was it, Heather? 2 months?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was about 2 months, and I actually took it apart, so I had the shell off, and I had a fan sitting on my desk blowing on it.
Yeah, it was fried.
It actually started fire. Like, I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hope that doesn't happen when I buy some stuff, but yeah, I can see what you're saying for sure. Like when you're holding that wheel and like actually fighting that force feedback, instead of like when you're drifting on the sim, it feels like you almost like just leverage that force feedback for a second to like flick the transition, right? Like, so.
Like if you're grip driving, waiting for a group to catch up, or you're grip driving to catch up to somebody, it's not going to blow up your wheel at all on a cheap wheel.
No.
There's no reason not to. Like there's nonstop these. For about $200, you can find one with the shifter too, and then $80 for a handbrake off Amazon.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get one with the tensiometer, because then it doesn't. You can do it so it slows your wheels down, or you can pull it all the way back and it locks it.
Yeah.
That's a must.
Yeah, you don't want the one that's just like auto on, full force, or off.
Just if you're in front, try not to use it. That's a following tool.
Yeah. Straight throttle in front. Yeah.
It's good that you've got to the level you have on the sim without one. 'Cause
Yeah. No,
I couldn't drive without one. I needed it.
Well, I mean, I in a sense was just thinking about it like the RC car. It's like you, I guess on the RC car, you only really have a handbrake. You don't really have like a foot brake, but you can still flick the car with the throttle, like leverage the weight of the car and flick it into the corner, and you can do that with the RC car. You can do that on the sim, and yeah, it's been cool. Like there was definitely a while I didn't even because I just have my keyboard set up with keys on it for handbrake, yeah, literally. And now it's like I am using it a little bit because I can, but every time I hit it, it just like inches away. So I'm like reaching for it on the desk, like it's running away from me. But yeah, no, I'm excited to get just like a setup of my own, set up in a little cockpit, and I think it'll be a lot more fun and feel better like when I'm in a better position.
I'm probably gonna set mine up right where those chairs are.
Heck yeah. Sick.
And then we can do high score challenges like back in high school.
Yeah.
Did it take a while for you to like catch on to it, like learn what the wheel was telling you instead of not having? I guess you never drifted before.
Yeah.
So,
well, like I've snow drifted before for sure. Like I've like
not
no,
the same.
no, yeah.
So
yeah.
was it hard to realize what the wheel was telling you and listen to the wheel? Like, was it easy for you to start the sim drifting?
The probably first 4 hours I just spun out. Like
that's not bad.
Like yeah, like
coming from drifting first.
Yeah.
It was probably so. It took me about 2 hours to be able to flick in and throw deep and do one corner. Maybe 1 out of 10 times. It took me 2 hours to get to that point.
Yeah.
And then when I got my own sim, it was a good 2 8-hour sessions to be.
Yeah. Oh, like
okay, I'll hop in an online lobby.
Oh man, I didn't get in like any kind of online lobbies for like weeks. Like I just got it set up and I was like just putting in some sessions and just like solo lapping, and like yeah, the first session just spun out entirely, like couldn't even get one corner. And then, the next session I was like able to get one corner, and then like slowly able to get the transition, and then just corner by corner by corner by corner until I can finally kind of link the track. And I definitely don't link the track every time still, but I feel like I've gained a lot of consistency for sure. And I already have like a good knowledge of like line choice from RC Drift and
video games.
Yeah, exactly. And like we've competed in RC Drift too, and like I know where I'm kind of supposed to aim for, like hit the boxes on the track if I'm leading, or like I've chased with some of my buddies and stuff for hours on end on these tracks that we have with our RC cars, and like just like learning to like predict the car that's in front of you. It'll be cool to like feel that in my car. Like
yeah, I don't think many people realize how much of an asset the sim drifting part is, because you learn how to do it only knowing what the wheel's telling you. You don't have force feedback in your pedals or nothing like that. It's only what that little bit of force feedback in the wheel is telling you.
Yeah, because it's really like not a lot at the end. Like when you feel like you're about to transition and you kind of like almost steer into it or whatever it, I don't know. It's hard to think about right now because you're not doing it.
You feel the wheel sort of fight you more.
Yeah, and you're loading up that suspension for like the transition. but it is such like a minute feeling that you are feeling in that wheel, whereas like I'm sure there's a lot more feeling throughout the whole car. Like,
so as soon as you're in a real car, you get brake feedback, you get handbrake feedback, you get G-force feedback. So knowing what to do with just the wheel feel, and then now having all these other inputs to tell you like, no, here's the limit.
Yeah.
I bet you'll drive the skid pad once and you're gonna go, don't like the way that drive, time for a welded diff. You're gonna drive again, you're gonna go, I can keep driving for a little bit, but I need to start figuring out angle. Like, it's gonna happen that fast.
I mean, it'll happen
because you already have the skill to it without knowing.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
You're a talented person, man. That's the way it's going to happen.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. No, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm definitely excited. It's been cool to see like more of my friends kind of getting into it a little bit and getting the RC boys like, you know, to the big times. Yeah.
It was cool seeing Chad out drifting for a little while.
Yeah.
A couple years back.
Yeah. Yeah, he was sad he let go of that BMW too.
Oh, I know.
Don't let him go if you want to keep him.
Yeah. I got a decent deal for the one in my garage. I only paid $1,000 for it.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. That's a good place to start, right?
Yeah.
Looks like you got a good project on your hands.
Yeah. I think I'm going to K-swap it. Do a K24 bottom end, K20 top end.
Cool. That'll be sick.
Get the torque of the 2.4. Revs of the 2-liter. Turbo 4-cylinder BMW. I think that's going to go hard.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'll be sick.
Unique. It'll sound good. Honestly, though, if I find a KA for it, that's what's going in. If I stumble on a dual cam KA, that's what it's getting. That's where my heart is. I know the torque specs for that whole engine off hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, that's just the familiarity of it, right?
That's my engine.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. No, I'm looking forward to it. It seems like a lot of people are getting into drifting right now, which is good, you know, like
a lot of people took a break this year too. So our scene was a lot smaller this year than it normally is.
It's been cool like over the past few years because like I've had buddies that have been into drifting for a long time, so I'm kind of always like in and out of like going to an event, like if they show up or whatever from out of town, like I'll go say hi. Like
I think 2017 was my first drift event that I drove.
Sick. Yeah, I remember going to skid pad days way back with my friends, you know, just to watch. We didn't even know anybody that was driving, and just like taking clips on my phone, and then the driver like randomly finding me on Instagram being like, that was crazy, like send me that clip. Like, so it's cool.
Turns out you were watching me freaking drive and didn't even know.
Yeah, fuck, maybe.
We weren't Facebook friends back then. I deleted everybody when I tried cleaning my life up. So, and that's what honestly what got me into cars is I was struggling with the drugs and cocaine specifically. This is for adults. I can say it. We've been smoking weed the whole time.
Yeah.
And Matt Me White showed up in his E21.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's sick.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, you should get a car and clean your shit up. And about a week prior, I was watching drift videos, and I just learned there was like a local drift scene. So I started looking into cars about a week before that, because I was always into cars too.
Yeah.
And then I found Offbeat Garage on YouTube. He was building his first drift car, and I seen the 240 hatch, and I was like, that's what I want. My mom just gave me a 2006 Grand Prix. I'm on Kijiji, find this guy, wants fucking $6,000 for his 240. I'll trade you a Grand Prix. But he's like, okay.
It's nice. Yeah.
I'll come over tomorrow. I'm like,
perfect.
Well, what? He traded. He's like, I want some money on top. I'm like, how much do you want? He's like, $50.
$50.
I'm like, okay, I get
You
paid.
just need a tank of gas.
I'm like, I get paid Friday. Come back Friday. There's a half tank in there. You can get to work. It's
Yeah.
fuel efficient.
Yeah.
He never came back for the $50. So whatever.
Hell yeah.
And then that car got totaled by my mom's ex-boyfriend. He had a manual Dakota. I was living right off Highway 37, right outside of St. Albert, and he left the truck in neutral.
Oh dang. He
And there
rolled
was a
into
slight
it.
driveway, and then all of a sudden it was a big ditch, and my car was down in the yard.
Oh fuck.
And it hit it so hard, the quarter panel went under the fucking hatch, spun the whole car 90 degrees.
Dang.
Yeah.
That one's gone.
Yeah. The car, that chassis is still floating around somewhere in Alberta. It hasn't been cut apart yet. And then I traded my F-150 for my second 240. I don't know how I get these deals.
Yeah. Right place, right time, man. I've like, they're on Facebook, like some or whatever. Like sometimes people just need to get rid of stuff, and if you're there, like
this one's cut apart on the front side of my friend's mom's house now.
oh yeah.
I got a picture of it sitting up on its side, cut apart.
Jeez.
Yeah, Tony sent it to me. I almost started crying.
That's sad.
I want to message him because I know they have it cut from the firewall forward. I'm like, can I have that part of my car? Can I build the sim in there?
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, I've definitely seen like the sim setups where they take half a dash and the center console and just make that whole little thing. That'd be cool to have like one day if I have the space.
Have you seen like the Formula GT guys that make them where they have like actual roll bars?
Oh yeah, all the nets.
They have
yeah.
He's actually wearing all the gear. I'm just like, holy.
Oh man,
shit.
there's some people's rigs I've seen on those like online Facebook groups where I'm like talking to my buddy at work. I'm like, yo, check out this guy's VR rig. And then I watch another video and it's not a VR rig. It's just like he had a GoPro on his head in his rig with like this starlit headliner and the roll bar and the fucking
working dash.
It was insane, man. Like unreal. I couldn't even imagine. That probably cost twice as much as a real car. But it's cool the depths of like realism people will go into with that. I
started playing War Thunder years ago for just a fun pastime. Get out some aggression.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it'd be sick to get a little controller for this because I got my racing pedals. I can use those for yaw. I'll just get these and I'll have two sims.
Okay.
And then I found out about DCS, and that's like proper flight simulator, but for warplanes, and it's a war game.
Okay. Cool.
And as soon as I started looking into that game, it takes you like 20 minutes to get your plane ready to take off.
Yeah.
And you got to know all these buttons and everything. And then I looked into it, and I started going down the rabbit hole of all these people that actually play the game. They have rooms dedicated to this because it's a full plane cockpit. They got every single
all
switch.
The switches.
Like, they only fly one plane. Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing flight stuff. This is going to cost way too much money. I'm not good with moderation.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
it's
in
like,
or I'm not.
Yeah. It'll be a hyper focus real quick, and then before you know it, you've gone too far and you can't stop now. Yeah.
This went from a post on Instagram. Hey, would you guys watch a podcast? Yeah. And a week later, I'm like, hey guys, podcast studio's done.
Sometimes that's what's got to happen though, right?
Yeah.
Just do it.
100%.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's where we'll wrap it up. Thanks for coming out.
Heck yeah. No, it's been awesome, man. Thanks for having me. It's
good.
Cool to be one of the first few on, and it'll be cool to see the journey of the pod and how it grows, and I'm looking forward to listening to some of your next upcoming guests, and it's good. It's going to be good, I think.
Yeah, I've been reaching out to more people. I got some decent people lined up.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
All right. Well, that's all for today. Until next time, folks.